Thank you all for joining us this evening. So I'm Dr. Fiona Boyle and I'm Head of Department of STEM and Director of the REEdI project here at MTU Kerry campus. So just to give you a little bit of background on REEdI and what it stands for. So REEdI is Rethinking Engineering Education in Ireland, and we're a project here at MTU Kerry campus funded by the Higher Education Authority through the Human Capital Initiative Pillar 3 Fund. And we have been funded to rethink the way that we deliver engineering education at university in Ireland. So this evening, what we're going to do is give you a bit of an insight into one of the key outputs of the REEdI project here at MTU Kerry campus, and that is the Level 8 Bachelor of Engineering Honours degree in Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering, which is CAO code MT834. And we are now in the second year of this course here at MTU Kerry. So in terms of, I suppose, this session, what we want to do is we want to give you an overview of the programme in general, a high level overview, but also an overview of the entry requirements to the programme, and in particular the REEdI portfolio. And I suppose as a team here, we want to make sure that applicants understand that the portfolio isn't meant to be, I suppose, a barrier or a hurdle for you to go through. It really is an opportunity for you to showcase, I suppose, projects that you've worked on, and also your interest in studying engineering. And really what we're looking for is people that are, they're motivated, they're self-starters, they are inquisitive, creative, they like problem solving, and they also like working in teams. And I suppose this is an applicant's opportunity really to show us this through the portfolio. The next slide, folks, just in terms of the agenda then for tonight's session. So Dr. Cathal Geary, Manufacturing Engineering Lecturer on the programme and the first year class tutor, is going to give you a very quick overview of MT834 and what are the unique features of the programme, and just at a high level what the entry requirements are. And also we have a short video then to show you that showcases the students to date, the industry partners that are involved, that you get to work with in year 3 and 4 and when you're on placement. And then we're going to hand over to Padraig Kelly, who's a mechanical engineering lecturer on the programme, and he's a second year class tutor and also chartered engineer with Engineers Ireland. And Padraig is going to go through what the REEdI portfolio is, the kind of things you can include, templates, how it'll be marked, and also forward onto the submission deadlines. And then there'll be, I suppose, a recap as well. Claire Cassidy, our Programme Engagement Officer, you get an opportunity, Claire, will just give some, I suppose, an overview of the key points from tonight's presentation. And then at the end, actually, we'll close out with some Q&A if there's any questions on the degree or on the portfolio. Cathal, if you'd like to take over.
Thank you, Fiona. I'll give a quick overview of our course. It'll be a very quick overview. If you want the detailed kind of look at the course, just Google MT834, as Fiona said. That's the CAO code for our course. If you Google that, it'll bring you straight to the website, and it's got full details. So if you have any specific questions today for the webinar, just post them into the chat and we'll get to them at the end as well. Okay, I guess our course is quite unique. It's the only program of its kind in Ireland, where you can spend 2 years on campus here in MTU Kerry, and then the last 2 years then you're actually out in industry on work placement, and all students get paid on work placement for those 2 years as well. So here's a snapshot of some of the activities that the students kind of work on. We've designed the course to be as hands-on as possible. There's lots of different design and build projects where students work together in teams, building different types of prototypes in the workshop and stuff like that. And we assess the students through these projects. So maths is probably the only subject that we have a typical end of term exam. Everything else is continuous assessment that we assess through projects and teamwork. So to complete their project, students have access to an extensive range of new equipment like 3D printers and scanners, Matterport, drones, as well as AR and VR technology. So all of our students, we give them all an Oculus Quest headset. Students use these headsets then to complete virtual labs. And that's really important for years 3 and 4 when they're going to be on work placement. So they won't have access to the physical lab, so they'll be able to be completing the labs online in their own time, virtually. Okay, so to highlight the relevance of the course, of what we teach, we bring in guest lecturers and we go on factory tours. Most of us involved in delivering the program have over about 20 years experience working in industry, which means we've plenty of case studies and plenty of contacts in industry that we can leverage. So next week, we're going to be going to Stryker and Castell. Last week we were in Dairy Master. I think Porrick, you're bringing them to Lieber, and I think Avamore Electrical as well. So we've plenty of plenty of activities and plenty of day outings and stuff like that. So we're even going to Ardnacrusha, actually, to the power station, the ESB power station in County Clare. So we've designed a course basically to give you the key skills to work in any of these jobs across almost any industry sector. You're not confined to a career in mechanical or manufacturing engineer. In reality, there's actually huge overlap between a lot of these engineering kind of roles. Myself, I qualified as a mechanical engineer, but I've over the 20 years, I've worked in multiple different kind of roles there as a product design, R&D, polymer. So, and most of us are the same, actually. Pádraig, you could tell your own story there. But most of us qualify in one area, and then you just get experience in different areas after that. Okay, so we've designed basically the course to give you the key skills to work in any of those industries. Here's a snapshot of some of our partners. As you can see, most of them are based in Munster area. We have one or two up the country in Mayo, McHale Engineering, but you can see there's a wide range of different industry sectors there as well. There's pharma, medtech, agri-tech, food and beverage. There's something for everyone, really, I guess. And these are really reputable companies. So work placement in any of these companies will set you up and give you a great start in your career. So here are the entry requirements, basically. The key point here is number 2, is your points. So 848 points, but 600 points is the maximum available for the portfolio. And Pádraig will go through the requirements of the portfolio, but it is a big section of that 848 points. So, and that's the cutoff based on the entry for the current cohort of students that have come through. But as Fiona said, the portfolio is very straightforward. We don't want you to perceive it as a barrier to entry. And there's plenty of opportunities that you can capture information in your portfolio, but Pádraig will go through that. So here's an actual video of an engineering symposium that we held back in November, where we got all of our industry partners to come on site, and we got all our students to present their projects to date and all their experience. So it was really the first time the industry met the students and vice versa. And so the students are now starting their work placement interviews. This was a great kind of a kickoff for all that. So you can see the engagement between the industry here and the students.
So we're here today at the REEdI Symposium. It's showing what the program is all about. It's showcasing the engineering students and a new way of teaching engineering.
Well, it's really beneficial for students because they're going to get an extended work placement with industry, and what that means is that hopefully they come out as a more well-rounded graduate.
It's actually been really good. Everyone's being really friendly, and I'm actually learning a lot about the different companies, and there's definitely a few there now that has caught my eye.
Talk with industry gives you a good gauge of what you need to do and how you need to do it and how to cater towards the industry you're looking for.
There's a great buzz about the place, and that's what engineering is about. It's about getting a buzz out of what you're doing, being excited about what you do, and making a difference.
That's it for me. I'll hand you over to Pádraig Kelly.
Thank you, Cathal. Very good. Yeah, Pádraig Kelly is my own name. I'm a mechanical engineering lecturer here on the program as well, and I'll take you through the portfolio. Okay, so I suppose straight up, the portfolio is not designed to be an onerous task by any manner of means. 4 or 5 page document will be sufficient. The theme of the portfolio can really be anything of your choosing. So it can be academic or non-academic. So on the academic side, it could be something you're doing in school, like a project, a lab report, or a good experiment you did. Non-academic, it could be work related. Maybe you have a farm or business at home, or you worked in a summer job. It could also be hobby related. So anything or an area of interest to you. So this is the REEdI portfolio. It's a very simple document. So it's a word-based document, and you click in here into the boxes and add in your text or your information. It's quite easy to use. There are 6 sections to the portfolio, and I'll take you through them briefly. So section 1 here is student details. So you just basically enter in your own personal information. Section 2 There's a nice chunk of marks going for section 2, so it's worth putting a good bit of effort in here. But why do you want to do this BE honours in mechanical and manufacturing engineering? So carry out a bit of research on what the course is all about, and we really want to gauge, have you got a good understanding of what's unique about this course and what is involved in it and what's different about this course to a lot of most other courses. Section 3, project title. So as in the previous slide, it can be academic or non-academic, anything of your choosing. Section 4, project overview, is basically an introduction to your project. So here, give a clear and concise couple of sentences on what your project is about and explain it well in a nice, clear manner. Section 5, then there's a good chunk of marks. About a third of the marks are going for section 5, so it's worth putting a good bit of effort in here. Anything around like diagrams, images, calculations, drawings, maybe 2D drawings, 3D drawings, anything like that, and expand out and give good detail of how you found a solution to this project. Section 6 is any other information you wish to include about yourself. So anything work experience related, voluntary or community activities you did, or have you worked as part of the team? So anything here that you'd like to contribute as well to the portfolio about yourself. Just very quickly there as well, on section 6 and section 4, you can also add in a video, and there's some information there as well on the website. If you do wish to add a video, it might make things more simple for some people. The main points, just to recap, the portfolio is available from either of these 2 links. Section 2 and section 5 carry most of the marks, so it's worth putting a good bit of effort in there. As a guideline, maybe 4 or 5 pages would be sufficient. So it's very much not designed to be a huge onerous task on the students. Include images, diagrams, drawings, videos, calculations, anything like that will be looked on favorably as well when we're marking the portfolios. And finally, look, this is really a great opportunity for the students to showcase their capabilities and why they want to do this course.
Okay, so I'll take over now. So yeah, I'm Claire Cassidy. I'm the Programme and Engagement Officer here on the REEdI project. So I'll just take you through what is required in terms of, applying for MT834 and key dates. So as you can see here, the CAO is closing on the 1st of February. So if you have applied for this course by the 1st of February, then the deadline for submitting your portfolio is the 30th of April. So 5 p.m. on the 30th of April, we need to have the portfolios for those of you who have applied for the course by the 1st of February. For people who apply for the course in the change of mind, so by the 1st of July closing date, and they add on the course for the first time in that change of mind application, then we need to get those portfolios into us by the 4th of July, again at 5 p.m. So that is the cutoff for the portfolio submission. There are 2 dates, okay? But in terms of the CAO course code, it is MT834. The portfolio template and instructions are available on the website, reedi.ie. The portfolio submission is to the email address reedikerry@mtu.ie. If you need any information at all, any questions on the portfolio, if there's anything that's not clear and that we don't answer between the FAQ on the website or the QA and session we're going to have here now, then please feel free to reach out to me, claire.cassidy@mtu.ie. I field questions from students all the time in terms of admissions, and I can, link you in with the admissions office here if there's anything I can't answer. So for more info, you can go again to mtu.ie courses, MT834. So that's the MTU website, or reedi.ie. And Kerry admissions kerry@mtu.ie, answer any general admissions queries you may have regarding the course. But if you want us to field them for you, we can then link you in with admissions as well. Okay, so we'll now go to a Q&A session. If anybody has questions, please feel free to reach out and ask us those questions now. So thank you all for your time this evening. And we look forward to welcoming as many of you as possible on the course in September. And we look forward to getting those portfolios in. Thank you for your time.
Just for everyone joining us online this evening, if you would like to ask any questions, you can just put them into the Q&A there, and we can field them or answer them, or if we can't answer them, we will come back. And what we will have is we have a frequently asked questions document that we upload to the website on that link that Claire has there, REEDI.ie, Ready Programme, Ready Portfolio information. So anything we can't answer tonight, we can we'll have an FAQ document uploaded onto and it'll be kept up to date on our website. Okay, so the first question is would I be able to include parts of 2 different projects in my portfolio? I suppose I can answer that one. Yeah, that I don't see an issue with that. I suppose the main thing is that you address what's being asked in the template and that you show the link between them. I suppose the main thing is that the projects show evidence of what it is that we're looking for in each of the sections that Padraig called out there a few moments ago. There really has to be, I suppose, a link between them as well, that they're, that you answer the sections accurately across the template, and that it's not, I suppose, 2 projects just put in there without any kind of link. That would be my answer there. I don't know if Padraig, you want to come in, or Cathal, and anything else there, but
I agree with you, Fiona. Yeah, look, one project's sufficient, but if you wish to include 2, that's no problem. Just make sure that there's good, I suppose there's a good flow between the two projects, that they link up nicely in your portfolio.
So I have another question in, is the portfolio for entry to the programme to stage 1 or to other stages? So that is actually, we it's for stage 1, but we also look for a portfolio as well for people coming in at advanced entry too. The next question then is, do I have to do the portfolio straight into the template, or is it just a guideline? Yeah, you have to put it into the template. So I suppose the next question then is how much evidence. I'm assuming the question is there, how much evidence to put into the portfolio. I suppose that's really up to yourself. We don't want this to be a thesis. It's not meant to be a big, huge, long document. I think Padraig, you'd given the guideline about 5-6 pages all in all, isn't it? It's just generally what would be, what would be kind of sufficient.
Yeah, that was generally the guideline. Yeah. All right, maybe 5 pages, give or take a few. There would be no need to have it, 20 pages or something would be far excessive. In terms of how much evidence, it's really the quality of the evidence. We want to see, like, I suppose, are we getting a good flavor of the student, their capabilities, so again, images, drawings, 2D drawings, 3D drawings, calculations, that kind of stuff, that kind of evidence would be looked on very favorably, as opposed to a block of text. Cathal, yeah, I'm not sure, Cathal, have you anything to add to that?
I was just going to say, don't forget about the soft skills then as well. So what we're trying to create is kind of well-rounded engineers that have a balance of the technical skills, like problem solving and having a system approach and methodical approach to a problem, but also the soft skills. So did you work with others? How's your communication skills, your awareness of working in teams and stuff like that? So a lot of the work that we do from a continuous assessment and assignments is going to be teamwork. And we want to see evidence of that coming through as well. So it's not just about the technical. We want to see it complemented ideally with some awareness around soft skills as well.
Questions are in the chat as well around how many CO points are needed. So I suppose it's a combination. The 848 is a combination of portfolio and CO points. The max you can get for the portfolio is 600. In terms of the CAO itself, you're looking at over 310, generally speaking. But it's a combined number is the cutoff is 848, but you'd be looking at in around 310 is what we're kind of seeing for the last year's entry on the CAO side. With the portfolio, is this course outside the regular admissions? No, this is part of this program goes through the regular admission process as well. Admissions will add the portfolio score to CO and to CO score, and they will put it up on the CO as well. So this goes through the admissions office as well here at MTU. Okay, so who chooses the work placement? I might give that one to you, Cathal.
Yeah, very good. So this semester, the students have have from the pool of work placement industries that we have, the students have selected their top 3 preferences in that order, 1, 2, 3, and they interview. We set up or organize interviews with the top 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's how so the student actually dictates the industry that they want to get into and the company that they want to go for. Okay, so obviously they need to go for the interviews along with all the other students that are going for interviews. So and if they don't get their first preference, goes to the second and third, and then we may have to go around again to get a third or fourth or fifth preference. So, but it's the students that picks it.
So just in terms of who assesses the portfolio, so Colin Podrick on the webinar this evening assess the portfolio. Also, our engineers and residents are involved in assessing the portfolio as well. So there's a criteria that we use for each section and a rubric for each section of the portfolio. So it's a standardized process that we have to grade it. So I just have a question here. I might pass this to you, Podrick. Maybe are SolidWorks models able to be included in the portfolio?
Yeah, SolidWorks models. Some of the students last year did submit zip files, which they had supplementary information with their portfolio. So yeah, that would be looked on very favorably. Maybe include a screenshot of of your SolidWorks model as well, just in the portfolio. And if you want to add in 3D files, that's okay as well.
Thanks, Podrick. I have another question. Is the placement in one company for the 2 years? So the goal is that a student will get placement in a company for 2 years for a number of reasons. One, the company is investing in the student, they're paying the student, they want to train them up, and they see that as their talent pipeline for when the student graduates. So that is the goal. Obviously, if the student's happy there and the company is happy with the student, if there's a situation where neither person, maybe the student isn't happy or the company isn't happy, or for reasons outside of everyone's control, they need to change placement, that isn't an issue, and we'll facilitate and support the student to make sure that they're given the best chance of meeting the learning outcomes for the programme. So there's I suppose the goal is for one company for 2 years, but we have contingency plans in place if that doesn't work out.
Just to add to that, Fiona, as well, another thing with this, the work placement being 2 years, is that it really does take a year, a full year, to kind of figure out the systems and find your way, navigate the workplace basically. And by the time you get to the end of the year, if you change to another company, you're starting from scratch again. So what we strongly believe is that after the first year, things will start to make more sense and it'll be easier to get the work done. So that's one point. The learning outcomes is a really key point as well, is that there's key learning outcomes that need to be met. So that dictates the diversity of the work and the type of work that the student and the experience that the student's going to get on work placement. So regardless of whether they're in the same company or they're in multiple companies, they're still going to get a diverse kind of range of experience. And they have to, because they've got learning outcomes to meet.
Perfect. Thanks, Carl. I have another question in here. Is there still college work during those 2 years of placement? Yes, indeed there is. So there is a day a week, every week during work placement that's dedicated during the semester term time to online learning. So there'll be elective and mandatory modules that students will study during those 2 years, and they'll take place online during that period. So really the elective modules, if you go onto the CEO the website there that's in the slides, and this will be up on the REEdI website as well, and if you look at MT834, you'll see the approved course schedule or the modules that are that you'll be studying across year 1 and 2, but you'll also see the elective and mandatory modules that you'll study in year 3 and 4 as well. Just another question. When would you know that you have been accepted onto the programme? So generally, there's the different CRO rounds, but you're looking probably late August, early September time. It really depends. You'd know pretty early on, like when you get your portfolio score, that will be sent to you by admissions. So the REEdI team here will grade the portfolio that will be sent to admissions here in MTU, and MTU then will let you know what your portfolio score is. But then you have your for those doing the leaving cert, once leaving cert results come out, they come to the university, and I suppose that's. Then they're added to the portfolio and then offers are made. So it's in line with the normal process for admissions. This was just for all of these questions as well, folks. We'll put these onto the FAQs as I mentioned, so you'll have the answers as well, and they'll be up on the REEdI website.
Okay, so we'll take this opportunity to thank everyone for attending tonight's webinar. And yeah, if there's anything, like we said, reach out. We're a very, very readily available team and very flexible in our work attitude. So we're happy to field questions from you. So thank you all for your time this evening, and best of luck in your mocks and the portfolio and your Leaving Cert. Thanks, everyone.